Next one, SAP Lumira bus. SAP Lumira and overlap analysis for Excel. These two tools will be considered as self-servicing dashboard. But I told you not to log in with waiting for name. Please log in with your name, yeah? Or I'm disconnecting it. If there's something, speak to Pawan, okay? I don't know. These two will be considered as self-servicing tools. Like when I say self-servicing, the end users can use these tools and analyze their data. They can do some data discovery, okay, on their own. And this will be overlap analysis for Excel will be an Excel-based tool, and SAP Lumira would be a dashboarding tool where you can create your own visualizations. But both will be considered as self-servicing tools, like where end users would use these tools and do their data analysis. So Lumira would be a dashboarding self-servicing tool where they can create their own visualizations and the storyboards. And this will be more like an Excel-based analysis overlap for Excel. Both are self-servicing tools. And similar to your design studio, Lumira also can be used as a front-end tool for HANA without Business Objects Enterprise. Without leveraging BOE, Business Objects Enterprise, Lumira, let's say you have a Lumira client. SAP Lumira client tool is free, okay. This is free. Let's say by using client tool, you create your visualizations and you publish. We can also have Lumira server, okay. And we can integrate this Lumira server with BOE, Business Objects Enterprise, or with SAP HANA Access Engine also. So even if we don't have Business Objects Enterprise, we can still install your Lumira server on Access Engine. And so by using this client tool, what are the visualizations you create? You can publish these visualizations onto Lumira server, which is running on Access Engine, where end users can start accessing through Launchpad. Running on Access Engine. You don't need BO Enterprise. So like this, Lumira also can be integrated with HANA Access Engine. So like this, you can integrate your Lumira server with the HANA Access Engine also. Okay. Now let's see this. So get into Lumira. It's more of a tool for end user. This is Lumira desktop, yeah, which is like Lumira client. They use some data sets which could be universe or HANA views, and they create their own visualizations and then they explore the data. Say if I say I'll say create new data set, so I can connect to Excel or I can connect to SAP HANA or universe also. Yeah? And you can have HANA connected in offline mode or online mode also. If you say download from HANA, say next. SAP Cubics, system number 01. First, we create the data sets by accessing your views. So I would like to take this view. So next, it shows me all the columns. If you don't want all the columns, I can remove them. Just choose the columns what you want. That's okay. So these are the measures, these are the dimensions, and say create. So it downloads all the data from SAP and create a data set within the local memory bus. Now you'll basically have 4 major steps: prepare, visualize, compose, and then share. If you go to prepare, you will see all the data sets. So you see each of these columns with their possible data. If you look at this, it is just showing only the 4 regions because my view is fact view. If I say grid view, then you get to see complete duplicate data is shown here. See region, I get to see all the duplicate. If I just want to say facts, you get to see distinct values in each of this column. So apart from this, let's say you let's say you got net amount and quantity, you want to calculate some new key figure, you can do this. Select this, say create calculate measures. You can prepare your data like this, net amount, then say divided by quantity. Like so, like this, you can derive new columns, new key fields, or new attributes also. Say create calculate dimension. We'll have lots of functions here which can be leveraged. Okay. Or we can also create hierarchies also. 2 hierarchies you can go. One is geographical hierarchy, or you can create your custom hierarchy. So I want to create hierarchy on this country. So click supplier country. Say create geographical hierarchy by names. Okay. I have the supplier city. I can say region. Okay, just say confirm. There are some names which is not able to match it. It's fine. Send done. Like this, you can create your geographical hierarchy also. Then once you have your data, and apart from this data, like if you want merge this data with other data sets, I can say compile. Merge or append. Merge will basically join 2 data sets. When I say merge, it will ask you what is the other data set. So I can take to another data set and try to do a join and then merge it. Or I can say if you want append, like say you want unify multiple data sets, I can say append data sets. Yeah. Once you prepare your data like this, then you can get into visualizations. You can create all the visualizations what you want. Let's say now multiple ways you can look at the data, like you are seeing with this mode. If I say horizontal orientation, you get to see the list box with all the possible values. You can just keep selecting and then filtering it out straight away. Say I just click on this, then automatically you have a filter applied on America, and then you can basically use it for applying filter like this. I want back it as horizontal orientation. Vertical or horizontal orientations you can go with. Now choose visualizations what you want. I would like to go with the bar chart. See, there are some visualizations which it is already proposed. Okay, if you want to see related visualization, you can see what is already proposed. It is given. It is proposing some visualizations already. Yeah? I'm not worried on this. I want to create my own visualizations. So I would like to go with the bar chart, and I would like to see. It says measure. I would like to see the net amount by country. So I get to see them by country, and I want this to be sorted out. Settings, I can say sort descending. Okay, and I'm not interested on the countries which has got highest peaks. Though I'm only interested on the ones which is really less. Okay, so I just take this as border. You can just select values like this and get it filtered. So it does show data only for those countries. You can also have some settings, and you can change the color codes. I want to go with some on bright something. You can keep changing the color codes if required, depending on your requirement. So because I've applied filter, you see a filter node here. That is one visualization. So I would like to create one more visualization. So let's say based on the company name, or let's say I would like to go with the pie chart, and I would like to see their quantities for company names. Not for all the company names. I just want only this company names. You can just take multiple others. So I take this pie customers, and I can have a pie chart. Let's say I want to create one more visualization. You want to go with geo map, yeah. I don't want this bubble, a normal geo map. Say I would like to go with net amounts. The geo field would be a country. When it starts mapping, you can change your color codes. Yeah. You have them marked as light yellow or something. So like this, you can have a mapping on the geo map. Yeah. I just want to see the total net sales. How much is it? I just want to see a number, the value. This is by total net sales. Okay. I want to see a data in form of cross tab. So I select cross tab, and I want to see the columns across. I don't have anything on the year, but I just take countries. It should spread across columns, and company names in the rows, and the measure I want is net amount. So net for each customer across countries, I get to see or I can take product category. So I have got category and I've got countries across, and this is like a cross tab for me. Like this, you can create visualizations in any kind of requirement. So with that, the users would analyze the data. Then they go to compose. They use these visualizations and they compose. I just take this standard or overview. And you can start using these visualizations and you create your own storyboard. You can write your own content if required. I want this to be bit bottom, and I want this total net amount to be shown at the top. You can basically have this out. And apart from this visualizations, what you want to provide some. You can have go with next slide. You can say add a page, data, and within this page I would like to have this cross tab showing the data. Okay, so I'll have page 1 and page 1 will have all this, and then page 2 will have all this. Okay. And I also want to provide some input control so that they can choose different, filter it on different countries or whatever it is. Then I'll say supplier country. Page 2. But we can add the input controls, and you can have some pictures, text, all those you can write, whatever it is you want. And then you start saving this as a storyboard. You can say preview. And this is how it looks. And then you want to have some narration, you can have it written. Okay. And then you want to share the storyboard. Yeah. You can say publish to Lumira server. What I've done is we have installed Lumira server on Access Engine. When I say publish Lumira server, I'm going to give in. So I'm giving HANA details. When I say connect and then publish, it publishes the Lumira server to see. Look at this. Look at the path here. SAP 801 SAP BA Launchpad. I have the problem in integrating, but if this goes to successful, I can go to that link of Launchpad which is running on Access Engine and start consuming this storyboards. I have problem with integration, but whatever storyboard you created, you can start consuming that from the Launchpad, which is running on Access Engine. See, it publishes a storyboard as well as the data set also. It'll throw an error, but yeah. If you export as a file, you can use it offline. Yes.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Design Studio also, right? So there also we can, create our reports and deploy it to Launchpad. And same in Lumira also. What is the, exact difference that we could see?
See, Design Studio is an application. Is a application to design. Is a tool to design your own applications. This is for the end users. So whatever I've done, this is all will be done by end users for them to explore their data. And moreover, you cannot have any dynamic eventing and all those stuff here. That all can be done only in Design Studio only. Yeah, this is only for seeing the visualizations only, exploring the data. Yeah.
Based on that, he can analyze, what's going on into the business.
Yeah, it cannot be
Is
any
that
more.
so?
It cannot be more dynamic or something. You get visualizations, and the same visualizations can be analyzed. You cannot have anything like dynamic exporting, printing, and all this is not possible here. It's only for him. If you look at Lumira client desktop, he creates his visualizations and explores the data by himself. And then when I say publish, he is going to share with others by using a Lumira server. Yeah.
Others in the means of...
Other users, other users.
Okay. So, but as we modeler, we just create a data set and give it to them.
That's all. We just create the data set and give it to them, and they'll explore the data from the data sets. Yeah.
Based on their requirement.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
There's more self-servicing for it. That's what I mean, self-servicing. Yeah.
Okay.
And similar way, we will have that analysis for Excel. This is again a self-servicing tool, which goes more with integrated with Excel here. So end users can use even this tool with on HANA without BOE, Business Objects Enterprise. They can use this here. So you get this tab analysis. So you've seen this, select data source and then just skip. You can create your HTTP connection to HANA and then get connected to HANA directly. No need of any universe or something, and start consuming those views directly. Just can build your reports. You can have you can insert charts, and you can design your own workbooks. This way. But you cannot basically, if it is a HANA, if you just have only HANA, you cannot save these workbooks to any of this engine. But you just have to save them locally and then get it refreshed when you open it again. Yeah. You can always have the refresh also. Yeah. If there's some data, new data loaded, it gets refreshed also. Yeah. Like this, you can do some conditional formatting. You can just create some things. Yeah. If quantity value is what it does red, between some like 0 to 500. So I see some conditional formatting on the data, which is red, which is between 0 to 500. And one more important is, let's say you have this, right? I can do a smart copy. You can just do a copy of this data. And I can go to Design Studio. There's something called smart copy here. When you look at interoperability, I can copy this data as a smart copy and take it as a data source in Design Studio straight away. I should get it as paste. I'm not getting it. I think it's the latest one. We have option called smart paste here. When I do this, based on this view, it creates the data source automatically. So that is called smart copy. I think there's some. I should say smart copy here. Smart copy. Then you get smart paste. Look at this. Now it creates it as a data source, and you can start connecting this. So the same output what you have in the Excel analysis can be brought in as a data source here automatically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is like more like self-servicing tools. And
Yeah.
same way you'll have something called Web Intelligence, WebB. Okay, you'll have tools on WebB. This is more like analytical tools. Means like you provide the user with all the drill down, slicing and dicing effect. Can we consume big queries? Can we consume big queries in Lumira and analytics? Yeah. In analysis for OLAP, you can consume big queries directly. And when it comes to Lumira, when you say file new data set, here, one is you can create, see if you have big query, you can create universe, but you can create universe and then you can create universe on the big query and then consume that big query directly. That you can do that here, okay? And with the latest Lumira, you can consume big query also. I don't have this here. I can show you once. This is the latest one. Second, when I say file new, and see, I can have SAP universe query panel, or I can consume universe or SAP query panel straight away. When I say query panel and say next, it will ask me to choose the credentials, and then I can basically select some universe and design a query on top of it straight away. Yeah. And HANA could be offline and online and offline. Text files, Hadoop, and then query from SQL. You don't see a BigQuery, but they say there is an option of connecting BigQuery directly now in the latest one. Yeah. Because I have not worked with BW as a backend. That was on non-SAP. Majorly BigQuery should come with University. Yeah. So next we would go with there's another tool called Web Intelligence, WebB, and this is basically analytical tools which can be used for analysis. Like say end users wants to do some cross tab, and then they want to have some drill down, slicing and dicing, filtering, drill up, drill down. When they want to have the free hand of analysis on that, we can go with what? WebB tools, WebB reporting tools. But when you want to consume your HANA models or HANA objects or HANA data in WebB, you have to go with universals. So first thing is by using IDT, information design tool, you need to create a universe. And then on top of this universe, you can create your WebB report. So you'll have to go with creating an IDT universe, which is semantic layer, which explains which will have connection details and the meaning of the entire database of HANA. Then on top of this IDT, you can just universe, you can create your WebB report. So I can go to client tools, and you'll have a tool called IDT, information design tool. So I'll have to create a universe. So top to create some project. Next, you basically create a connection to HANA relational, because HANA is a relational database, so create a relational connection. So I would like to connect to HANA, SAP HANA database through using JDBC drivers. See, this creates a connection. This is a local connection, and it said this is a secured connection. So publish this connection to the repository, to the server, to the BOE. So you get the CNS, which is secured connection. Once we have this, you can start. Okay, let's go simple one first. Let me create data foundation. So data foundation could be a single source or multi-source. When I say single source, only one source system. If you want to create, you can create a semantic layer where you're connecting objects from multiple sources also. So I would like to use secured connection. Then when I expand the connection, it starts showing me all the schema objects. You can refer to any of those. Table, column, view, anything can be accessed in this case. From sysbig, can I consume the column views? So it is going to read all those column views from sysbig schema and then show you. In this choose something. So I take this column view. That is it, and then they say save, and then create a business layer from it. It automatically create the universe with all those columns as dimensions and measures automatically. And then I need to publish this to the repository, to the server. What is my 9Q DF001? So now I can just create a web report on top of this universe. I can use web rich client and then create new. We'll just select that semantic layer, universe, and then as a provider, and then create a web report on top. This is mine. So select. Just categories. I want the net amount. Let's say and I would like to go give filtering on product category. What you want, you can choose. I want to go dynamically. So I would go with the prompt. So you get a prompt. You can just choose what you want. Yeah. You can just remove all this and then you can define your own the objects here. Now say what you want. You want to have a it's a normal vertical table. First I would like to have product category. Then I would like to have product description. I'd like to have the net amount. And say format cell and then auto width. Format cell. You can do all kind of formatting. Oh, this is really big. I'm okay with this. Now let's create subsections for each of inside. I can say set as section. So I get for each product group category I get to see a separate sections. For each of this I would like to have a chart, say copy and I can say duplicate it, and then I can turn this into a pie chart. So in each group we get to see product and then amounts with the respective charts like this. So basically you can create your own, do a lot of analysis like formatting, data. You want to edit the query, again, edit access, edit. Then you can edit your queries and then do whatever you want. Then in the analysis, you can have ranking, filtering, you can have input controls, drill down, out. All this will be the features for web papers. And then once you create, you can start saving it to your enterprise. You can start saving it into your enterprise, and which can be accessed by users from the launchpad, from the portal. And we also have crystal reports. So this will be the IDT and WebP. And one more thing, with IDT I can create, if it is HANA, there's one more flexibility. Once I have the connection, I can straight away, I don't have to create any data for it. Straight away I can say HANA business layer. And it will allow me to see, I'm selecting local connection now, later will change it. It shows me all the packages straight away. You can choose a view. But in this case, the only thing is in the data foundation, it takes the local connection. You have to change it. That's fine. Select. Automatically have quantities, all this. Everything is ready. Then you just have to just select this layer. It's appropriate. So it automatically creates data foundation also for you. Business layer. When you go with HANA business layer, in the next SAP roadmap, they're trying to have this universe automatically, where you'll be allowed to create a web report directly on the view without universe here. In the next roadmap, they're looking at like that. And you can also, when you then, you'll have something called crystal reports for enterprise or whatever. So when you want to design some pixel perfect reporting, means when you want to give a, like say they have some fixed set of format and they wanted output in the same way, and you want to control the print format of it. So then you can go with some crystal reports. Okay? I don't have crystal here, but crystal. You can have crystal reports 2016 or crystal reports for enterprise, anything, just using 2016. So I just want to create some blank report. So the crystal reports will ask you for the selection of the source. I'm just selecting some ODBC driver database here. I don't need universe. Straight away I can select the database tables or whatever. I'm choosing this view. Mainly you should know two things here. One is select export, see details, report header, which is repeated only once for the entire report. Page header is repeated for every page of the report. These are details. Okay. So if I just say I want to see say I have this in company, so I get to see this amount. So view and also preview. Mm. Okay, boss. So I just said. So in the details, I just place my SIN number and numeric value. So it just starts showing me all the SINs and their value. Yeah? But I see the SIN being duplicated. So I would like to execute saying select SIN, numeric value, sum of numeric value, group by SIN. So I want to group it by SIN. So I'll remove this SIN here. I will hide this block. Say database, so report, say group expert. I would like to create a group by based on the SIN. So it creates a group. So you get to see distinct SIN numbers now. Yeah. So against each distinct SIN number, I would like to have the amount, which is like a calculated, like say amount. So numeric value. And let's set this as a summarized. Like I want this to be aggregated per se. I want this to be, choose a field to summarize numeric value, sum of, okay, location would be this group, okay. So instead of having the total at the bottom, I want it to the side of the group better. So you see the total, you can increase the size. So you get to see this companies and their value. You're going to just place some heading and then so there's some space around after each company because it's a separate group. I will hide the group footer. So you don't see any, so you get to see this one single table. You can basically draw a line or whatever it is you want, you can do. I want a line separating these two. Do a line separating these two. You can do whatever you want. And then let's say I want to do some filtering and on the year of filing. You can say report, selection expert, say record wise filtering, where class. So based on, I would say, year of filing is equal to what? Say 2015. Then you get to see refresh data, you get to see data only for 2015. Let's instead of fixing 2015, I want to go with the parameter. Here the prompt is called as parameter field. Let me just create a parameter field. Say year of filing. I want this to be field, value field for year of filing. Import from the database. Append the list of values from the database. Get all those values. Say okay. Now instead of using the fixed value in the record export, I'll use a parameter. And whenever I refresh, you get a prompt. Year of filing, I'll choose 2015, etc. Like this, you can have group expert, and you can have section expert. Like pretty much, you can from there you can pick. If you can understand this group concept and then selection expert concept, record expert, I think pretty much you can play. You can create your own formula fields here, and you can bring in some special fields, page number, group number, all those special fields. You can create your own formula, SQL expressions. All those can be created. You can create a formula expression. It's a huge you have lots of flexibility in writing a formula, lots of functions, operators, and you can build your own formulas. Like you want to bring in some logo, image, or you can also have charts, cross tabs also can be done. So you want to insert a cross tab, we can do this. And you can go to cross tab expert, and you can say what you want in the rows. I would like to see the actual field name in the rows and year of filing in the columns. And then I want numeric value in the summarized field. So I'll start showing you the cross tab. This is my field. This is like total only for 2015 because it's been filtered for it. Like this, you can bring out your cross tab also. It can run into multiple pages. Yeah. Like this, you can basically design your crystal reports also. This is like overview how to touch base on the topic. So like this, we'll have different components of creating your reports with Lumira, Crystal, WebP, and all those stuff. Yeah. Now, if you say which is widely used, now I see pretty much more requirement towards Design Studio. Yeah. Because Design Studio is a new tool where they want to convert. There are some projects where they want to convert their existing Excel CS dashboards also to Design Studio. So there's very good requirement on Design Studio, good one. So I wanted to focus on Design Studio, then preferably nothing on Lumira, but OLAP Analysis Excel. That's very simple tool. Then just try to focus on because for WebP you need to have BO. So Design Studio does not need any BO. It can straight away run on HANA. So you can say if you have projects where there's only HANA without BO, you can still use Design Studio and Lumira and OLAP Analysis Excel. So that is what you should be focusing on. Just get to know the tools, and by using official product tutorial, you can just always become more strong in the respective tools whenever it is required. Because after working on data warehousing for so long, you know about filtering, options, all those calculate columns, all this. Any reporting tool, I think you should be able to handle that. That's not should be a big problem. Yeah. So this is about reporting, and if you want to expand more on this, get into official product tutorial from SAP what I showed yesterday. So now with this, you know HANA as a database, HANA as modeler, and you'll be able to use HANA as a data mart layer and implement data warehousing with HANA application, HANA apps. So you know about data provisioning, extract data from different sources, storing and doing modeling, and then doing reporting on top. So you're able to leverage HANA as a data warehousing, enterprise data warehouse, where you can basically use the different concepts, provisioning techniques, and push the data into HANA, then do HANA modeling. If there's some complexity, you can use HANA scripting and then stored procedures, and then do reporting on top of it, right? So this is what HANA as enterprise, okay, or HANA as data mart was. Right? So tomorrow we're going to start working on BW. Now you know what is HANA. Now tomorrow we're going to start with BW on HANA. So people who are not from the BW background, the topic till here would be helpful for you to handle the interviews. And there's one more topic, HANA native development course. HANA native development. So that is what the course what they teach you on Open SAP. That is more relevant to something like coding. So I didn't want to make it. So what I've done is I prepared one 3 hours video on HANA native development. I've just simplified the concept, how to develop some custom applications. So when you say HANA native, see this is all enterprise HANA. When you say HANA native development, within HANA you have index server and what? Access engine server. So on Access engine you can develop your applications and deploy on it. I told you we have HTML5 OData services. By using this, you can develop your own applications and deploy it onto Access engine of the HANA database. So what we can do is, as part of HANA native development, you will basically learn how do I use SAP UEFI and create my front-end applications, how do I integrate that with the services like with OData, JavaScripting, and how do I create service on HANA views. So what I've done is I've just simplified, which is rare. You will not have much requirement on this, but you should know I have knowledge on this. I've just done a 3 hours video on how to do work on HANA native development. Even if you don't know about coding, I've just prepared one video how to simplify that coding. How do you really work it out? So I think just going through that video should be enough. So now you know Enterprise HANA. So with the video, what I'm going to send it out, you should be able to you should be comfortable with HANA native development. Then you're ready to fire out on the interviews. You don't have to wait for BW on HANA course. People who are from BW background, so from tomorrow we're going to look at BW or HANA. So if you have BW application running on HANA, what are the different options you'll have and different changes you'll have and how do we handle them? Then ECC and HANA, then we can finish it up. Yeah. Okay. So I will take another 7 to 10 days on BW on HANA. Then we should be done. Then ECC and HANA another 2-3 days. Okay. So stop it here. So regarding data flowing using non-SAP as not you're not able to see the tables. It could be what schema you give. See, sometimes giving schema as EHP is a problem. You have to give it as lowercase EHP. Okay, that might solve your problem. Yeah. Next, any other questions?
Sir, just wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, I was just asking this. As we are not from BW background, so won't it make, I guess it is not going to make sense if we attend sessions for BW powered by SAP HANA, right?
Yeah, it may not make but actually what in some projects what is happening is you have BW consultants and you will be working as HANA consultant. So you have to work in collaboration with BW consultant, right? In that case, it is better you understand at least the vocabulary.
Okay.
What is cube, what is DSO, how they can publish cube.
Okay.
Just listen to it, right?
Okay. Okay.
Just listen, so
And okay, this is
at least you will be in a position to interact with the BW consultant when it comes to this HANA part, right?
okay.
Yeah.
And sir, what will be this one? This is BW powered by SAP HANA, and what is this? ECC powered by SAP HANA? What is it going to be?
When you say BW powered by HANA, it's like say you'll have normal BW is an application. Okay, it's a data warehousing application from SAP. And whenever you install BW, it has to be installed with some database as a backend.
Yeah.
You know what we've been doing? We've been installing like Oracle as a backend or SQL Server as a backend or something. This is an SAP application. So we were installing BW on top of Oracle or SQL Server, whatever. Now we can install it on HANA now. So this is BW powered by HANA or BW on HANA. Anything is same. Yeah. So now
that is okay.
what comes in as a backend, there are some new options coming in BW and some old options going out. That will be discussed.
Okay, so and what will be this ECC powered by HANA?
Same way, instead of BW, SAP also had an application called ECC. Yeah? So they are installed ECC on Oracle or SQL Server. Now we have the flexibility of installing ECC also on HANA bus. Yeah.
Okay, so now we will be looking into BW and ECC powered by HANA.
Yeah.
Okay. And sir, one more thing. This, as you said, you will be giving us the videos. As you said, this will be for importing this SAP HANA development, isn't it?
Yeah. See, you have this right.
Yeah.
You have something like in the prospect
And what?
native development here.
Yes.
So as part of HANA native development,
And
you have to go about creating OData because there are some interviews. Because I know from the previous batch, they need to face some interviews where they've been asked questions on OData services. Because let's say I have an analytical view, I would like to export this analytical view as into browser, and when they do some changes, they would like to update those changes back into the database. Now with from SP 7, OData service can actually display the data on the browser or even take the data also. You can edit the data also. So now there is a demand on OData services. That's what I wanted you to see that onto that video. Yeah. And for more extensive knowledge on native development, you can go to OpenSAP, OpenSAP course. Yeah.
okay. And so, what is this importing and exporting of SAP HANA objects? This topic?
Yeah, I'll deal with that topic. After I touch BW on HANA, first people who are from non BW, please attend the classes because still there's some topic on how do I transport the HANA models from one HANA system to another HANA system. That is what importing and exporting you have to deal with. Yeah.
And so the last thing, I guess we are yet to touch this as well. This performance tuning and text analysis.
Text analysis I don't want to touch. Okay, it's only a waste of time. But I can just give an overview on
Extract.
how it works. And then
Okay.
I can just give,
Okay, that is okay. That is okay.
yeah. Because I teach you a lot and
Okay, sir. How long will it take to wind up now?
no, I'm done. I was waiting for your doubts.
No, not for this session. I mean, just overall.
I think another 10 days or 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Sir, what are features are available in attribute view? Same features are available in calculation view if you create a data object as dimension, right, sir? So there is no need to create attribute view, right? You can directly, if any case we want to create attribute view, in that case we can create a calculated view as a data type as dimension. Is it sufficient, sir?
But if I want to use, I cannot use a calculation view dimension in star join, no? If I want to use in star join, it has to be attribute view only, no?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, sir.
So tomorrow we will start with BW on HANA bus. Okay.
Sir, BODS document పంపించలేదు ఇంకా
పంపిస్తాను I'll send it. Yeah. ఇంకే ఏమేమి BODS documentation PowerPoint
అంతే సార్ ఆ డాక్యుమెంట్ మీరు ఏమన్నారు BODS అది చదువుకుంటే చాలు అని చెప్పి ప్రిపేర్ చేసింది
చాలా ఎక్కువ కాదు అది కాదు ఇంకా ఏమైనా పంపిస్తాను అన్న ఇంకా ఏమన్నా
ఇప్పుడైతే అదే గుర్తొస్తాను
ఓకే రైట్ ఫైన్ ఓకే
థ్యాంక్ యూ
Hello, sir.
I could apply transformations to data coming from ECC, though I could see a change done to table structure. Theory, no boss. Okay. It's not FEORY, it is FIORY. Okay. Theory.
Hello, sir.
I'll touch on ABAP. Like when I get into BW on HANA, I'll touch on ABAP managed database procedures. I'll be touching the topic. Okay.
Okay.
Then theory, no. Yeah. Having problem using ABAP code in SLT transfer. It's better to face problems and then try to solve it. And how do you see the errors? You go to LTRC and then application logs and try to see what is the problem with your ABAP code. That tells you the error and then fix it. Yeah? Okay.
Ferrari is a reporting tool, sir, or
Which one?
I mean, someone is asking Ferrari, right? That is reporting tool, or how it will?
No, that is Fiori. It's a front-end UI based course. You have SAP UI 5. Extended extreme UX user interface is what they're referring it as Fiori. Okay. Any way to debug SLT transformations? We can do, but not a straightforward mechanism. You'll have a background job. From background job, we can get into debug mode, which will be where you'll have flexible of debugging the ABAP program. I think ABAPers should have knowledge. They have idea about from background job they can get into debug mode, boss. And from there they can catch debug the transformations ABAP code what you've written. Yeah. Just get in because SLT is like a background job which is triggering your coding. So catch hold of that job, get into from that job, re-execute the job and get into debug mode and then start debugging time. Try to get that topic. Right? Are we going to cover? No. Fiori we can't because Fiori would need ABAP, over data services, and then minimum basic knowledge on that. Then we can get on to that. Yeah. Okay. Here is only front-end UI interface because it's about you designing drag and drop. It's more for an website designing and then HTML, PHP. For those kind of people, it's more on the figure. Yeah, not for us. Okay, boss.